So today I'll be doing a walkthrough of the Legacy box. This one's also going to be a pretty quick video considering it's also quite an easy box, just like the last one was. Although the last one was a Linux machine and this one is a Windows machine, so the exploits are going to be slightly different. But yeah, let's get to it. So, haha, well, that was a little unlucky already. But when we get to the page, we have the IP address of 10.10.10.4. So we're going to run nmap scan to enumerate the services running on the box. Once again, nmap-sc, which will do a default script scan on whatever it finds. Then we want to see what services are running. And this I'm doing a little different from last time because I realized I only like the nmap output rather than having all three different output types. So we'll do that and then 10.10.10.4. But to save some time, I already did the scan and we have the results over here. So there's two ports that are open. We can ignore this because it's a closed port. So we have a NetBIOS service and some Microsoft DS, Windows XP Microsoft DS service running on port 445, which is a SMB or Samba port number, which means that it's going to be used for file sharing, communicating with printers, or really a lot of different other things which all can be happening over the network. And NetBIOS is the partner protocol which enables those communications. So our script output actually enumerated some stuff on that um, NetBIOS port for us, and we see that we have a name of legacy, which would make sense because it's the box name. There's some user that's unknown, which might also just be legacy. But SMB OS discovery. It's found that we're running Windows XP, which probably means that there's going to be some Metasploit module or some exploit out there that's easily available for this machine and this vulnerability. Um, the one downside is it didn't really enumerate anything about the actual SMB service that's running on this. So let's pull up MSF console or the Metasploit framework and see if we can find anything that might let us get more information on it. So we want to search. We're going to use the type auxiliary filter because this is for enumeration, and auxiliary modules are used for identifying information about a service or a machine generally. They can be scanners, fuzzers, and a lot of other things. So we'll do that, and now we will do SMB type, maybe, no results, maybe SMB version. Sweet, okay, yeah, we got something there. So we'll use this and set our host to the IP address of the machine. Then we'll set verbose to true because I always like doing that. And let's see if there's any advanced options that might be useful. Yeah, as of right now, just for scanning, nothing here seems too useful. So we'll go ahead and run this. We'll give it a second. Okay, spat some information out. So the host is running Windows XP SP3. And that was all it really gave us outside of just the name is legacy, work group is hack the box, English, and signatures are optional. Odd, didn't actually give us any specific information on the SMB service, but rather that the operating system, unless SP3 is an SMB service type, but I feel like that would be about the operating system. So let's do, actually before we do that, let's check and see if we can find anything. And let's search type exploit Windows XP SMB. Okay, so we have 48. We can go through this and see if there's anything interesting. There are some arbitrary code executions, but we don't seem to have any particular OS version associated with these, and an exploit for the operating system itself will require that particular version. So okay, I can't be sure what I want to use right now. There's some SMB exploits in general down here, but let's do a Google search, I guess. So what was it? It was Windows XP SP3. So Windows XP SP3 exploit. And I had already searched this up before. But here we get an interesting exploit, which I think I'd actually seen this in the Metasploit listed modules. 0607. I see 0608 down here. Oh wait, there's 08067. And there's a Metasploit module for it. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's use this module, show options, and default port 445 is correct, so set our hosts 10.10.10.4, show advanced. Set verbose true as always. I need to find a way to just do that by default, but there might be certain modules in which I don't really care about it for, but who knows. And let's run it and see what happens. Okay, just with the last, like with the last box, we seem to have gotten a TCP handler, meaning that we should have a shell right now. Unknown command. Who am I? Oh, we do have the ability to ls or run dir on this directory we're currently in. So let's check where we are. We're in Windows System 32. Oh, let's go move up a bit and try to list it out and see what we have. So since this is a Windows XP machine, any relevant information for the actual users and oh yeah, who am I still isn't going to work, but any relevant information for users and the desktop, the administrator, or most of the actual user workspace is going to be in that documents and settings directory. So let's try to change directory into there and run another dir command to see what we have. So we have John, an administrator. Since who am I doesn't seem to be working right now, let's just check this all out. So let's check out John. Oh, oops. Oh, odd. John/desktop didn't seem to work. Okay, let's just change directory to John. Change directory to desktop, and I kind of want to know why that didn't work. Odd, that actually should have worked. Maybe it's because we don't have a full shell at the moment, but not entirely sure. I'll have to look into that a little more actually, but now we should be able to run dir again, and theoretically, yeah, we found our user.txt and we got it already. Okay, so there's our first flag. Now we can change directories to back to documents and settings, and this doesn't seem to work again for some reason. Odd. Well, I have not really done much with the Windows command line, so it's probably something really simple that I'm missing. Um, Again, recording this kind of late at night, so it's definitely going to end up being something really simple that I'm missing, but we'll just go back up slowly. Wait, okay. Hmm, I'm not escaping something correctly for sure. Okay, so if I hit space like that, I seem to be able to. Well, we got the flag. Now I'm really curious as to why I wasn't able to move through the directory as I had wanted to, or as I had expected to. Especially because when I hit tab, it just kept showing the exact same administrator, 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 administrator. I'm going to assume that it's something to do with the fact that I'm not in a full shell for now, but hopefully I'll be able to figure that out and post a comment on the video as to why we weren't able to do that. But now you can see this is a pretty easy box. We were able to just use Metasploit to find a module that has been put up for a really common and old exploit, and we were able to get root through a SMB service that was running as root by default. So there you have it.